You didn't get the message?
Oh, you took over?
You weren't supposed to come back.
Oh,
No.
I can't get any college credit now. I heard you did a great job, Bill.
You could using Wi-Fi.
All right. So when you were gone, I started fiddling with this. We need to pull this back, the main volume, because that's what's spitting over there.
Okay.
And I think that will solve us of our crap, our overmodulating sound crapping out thing. And tried this so we can hear ourselves loud. But I also kept it about where you had us on the level. So let's try that and see if that ends up working better. I assume we don't have the airline up yet.
Right here.
Batting order. Like, do you have a lineup card?
Yeah, it's over there. If you want to take my picture. today, you just named someone to do your game professions with them on the microphone. And Coach Singh goes, who would that be, Christian? And Brady goes, nope, yours truly. So he's just wanting to. He's like, yeah. But it's like at the same time, like he wants to do everything. It's like, dude,
That's it too, though. He wants to do the whole
yeah. And like it's hard to convince him that he can't. Like, that's the thing. It's like
convince him
not,
he's
but
about
like if you say
trying to do
someone
it
else,
nicely. I don't know.
if you say
go off for Ricketts throwing back. And
Taking his time. He's taking his time.
throw.
Welcome to Fireman's Field in Purcellville, Virginia. It's time for Valley League baseball as the Purcellville Cannons look for their first win in a week as they welcome in the Newmarket Rebels. Howdy, baseball fans. Jeremy Huber here with TJ D'Onofrio. If you don't know the situation for the Cannons, it hasn't gone well, but it hasn't been all their fault over the last week. Their last win coming basically a week ago, as they're on a 4-game losing streak, but 2 games really, TJ, that they had a chance, probably would have won, got suspended by rain. They'll make them up later, but obviously want to get that taste out of their mouth. Of course, last night, things didn't go the way of the Cannons as they had some errors in key moments.
Absolutely, and we talked about it, some of the players and I had talked earlier today, specifically Caleb Freeman in left field last night. A ball slipped right between his legs, and 2 runners got home because of it, and it really turned the tide in the 6th inning there. I talked to him about it, and he said it was a big mistake, but today he's looking to make that up and have a big game for the Cannons tonight. Also, the shortstop, in a way, had an error last night, which is rare for him, something he doesn't do too often. Ball just got a little bit by him, and he had a wild throw, and it just went everywhere, and they got a runner home because of it. He said as well, it's not going to happen tonight. He said he's been focused all day on his discipline, just the basics he went back to. He said he was doing his warm-ups, and he said, this is what I did my entire time in Japan, what I'm doing now. Hopefully tonight we'll see him make that up.
Yeah, again, the Cannons early in the season, the defense was there. It hasn't been as much as of late. We shall see if Purcellville is able to play a clean game tonight, hopefully to come away with a win and, again, get their first win in a week. They really could use one as they've fallen out of first place in the Valley League North. Well, we're going to turn it over to our public address announcer, Bill Rossatella, ahead of tonight's national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Singing for us this evening is Annalise Santos. Annalise is very excited and honored to be singing this evening. She lives right here in Lovettsville with her family. When she's not singing for events around Purcellville, Annalise can be found performing at local community theaters or coaching and serving her community at Catoctin CrossFit. And whenever you're ready, Annalise.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
What a national anthem by Annalise Crawford, and it's time to get this one underway. Cannons and the Rebels, both teams playing around 500 over the last 10 games. We'll see you can come away with a big win tonight. To give you your starting lineups in this one, my partner, TJ D'Onofrio.
For the Rebels, number 36, center fielder, Zach Walsh batting first. Next, number 10, the DH, Gayton Grandelli. Next up, number 37, Luke Holland playing left field. Number 15, Chase Albus in right field. Next up, the catcher, Connor Riley, number 16. Number 19, Dalton Turner playing first base. After that, number 14, Connor Lang at third. Jordan Thurmond, number 9 at second base. And to round out that starting batting lineup, Kevin Hager, the shortstop, number 8. And for your Purcellville Cannons defensive lineup, Lincoln Pack in left field, Jaquan Smith at center, Caleb Freeman at right field, Jake Slade at third, Shin Inoue at shortstop, Ski Kono at second, Jackson Michaels at first, Jason Long on the mound, and Gavin Brayland catching tonight.
Thank you much, TJ. And Jason Long on the hill making his second start of the season for the Cannons. His only appearance coming back on the 2nd of June against Front Royal. He got the win as he pitched 5 innings, allowed 2 runs, 1 earned, 3 hits, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts for Long that night. On the campaign, of course, Long pitching to an 1.80 ERA. So we will see if he can get it back for the Cannons after they had off to such a good start, but it has not gone their way over the last few. We mention it again, the Cannons' last win coming basically a week ago as they were able to get the victory against the Strasburg Express on June 11th, as that pitch is going to miss outside to Zach Walsh, your leadoff batter tonight out of UNC Greensboro. Here comes the 1-0 from Long. That will miss outside. Behind home plate tonight, your Andy Simons, Rick Swink down at first base, Paul Wills at third, your umpiring crew. 2-0 pitch. That's ripped to right field, in for a base hit, as Freeman will field and get it in quickly, but that's the way you want to start off for Zach Walsh and Newmarket.
Going back to Jason Long this season over at Messiah Athletics, 13 appearances, 12 starts, 7 wins, 2 losses with an ERA of 3.22, having batters average 265 against him.
Here's Gaten Grandelli, the DH out of Westchester University, alma mater of our PA announcer, Bill Russatella. Actually was there for 2 years for Maryland, as that's going to miss outside for a ball. And make sure I got that one right before he was all over me. Of course, he's a proud Terp, but he was at Westchester as well. Got in the transfer portal. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's ripped out to right field. Will the ballpark hold it? It will not. 2 batters, 2 hits. This one a home run for Gaten Grandelli. What a start for Newmarket. They're up 2-0 on the 2-run homer by the DH out of Westchester.
Not the start you're looking for if you're a team trying to recover here for the Cannons. 4 losses in a row, and in the first inning, second batter faced. Only 5 pitches in, and there's already a 2-0 lead with a home run into deep right field.
And again, here at Fireman's Field, the inviting place to hit it if you're a left-handed hitter with just 310 down the line, 340 to the power alley. Not the cavernous dimensions out to left center. Here's Luke Holland, and the pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Holland 0 for 1 last night with a strikeout as a pinch hitter in that loss by Newmarket. Here's the pitch, and that will be in there for strike 2. Again, we mentioned the Cannons' 9-5 loss to Strasburg. It was Winchester beating Newmarket 8-5 yesterday. Long delivers the 0-2. Breaking ball will hit Holland, as that will be the 3rd straight batter to reach, and Long not happy as he had the count in his favor. A little too inside on the breaking pitch.
And we already see someone running to the bullpen here for the Cannons just with this rough start so far with Jason Long. I'm not going to be surprised if normally he's pitching 5 innings. I'd be surprised if he gets to 3 tonight, maybe 2.
Here's Chase Albus. Here's the pitch, and that is going to miss low. Albus wearing the Rebels blue jerseys. You have to think that either he didn't get the memo and forgot they were wearing grays tonight, or possibly lost that jersey. But here comes the 1-0. That'll miss inside, and now Long with a 2-0 count with a runner on first base. Cannons already trailing 2-0 here in the top of the first inning. Crowd filtering in here at Purcellville. 2-0. That's ripped foul down the right field line. Schools are out here in Loudoun County, but it is still a Wednesday. Also a federal holiday, Juneteenth. Here comes the 2-1. That will miss as Gavin Braylon tries to frame it. Count goes to 3-1. On deck for Newmarket is the catcher, Connor Riley. 3-1. That's ripped. It's going to go off of Long, knocks it down, and keeps his bearings as he shovels it over to Michaels for the out. And at this point, see if anybody comes out to check on him. But right now, Long just happy. You never want to get hit by a ball like that, TJ, but I think the way this game was going, he's just kind of happy he gotten out, even if it had to be like a hockey goalie.
He does not care because that can change your confidence as a player, as a pitcher when you're out there. Baseball is a momentum game. So he's just happy that he gets an out and puts his team in a better position.
Here's Connor Riley. Easy for us to say, of course, considering we're not the one who got hit by the ball, but looks like it got him in a good spot, hopefully. Here's the pitch. That's low for ball one. But the way this thing was going, obviously, like you said, the momentum, having a hard comebacker up the middle, out into center field, runners at first and third, not what he wanted. So he does get the out. Man in scoring position. Here's the 1-0. That is going to be dribbled down the third base line, and almost had a collision there between Kyle Musser coming out to field the ball and, of course, the head coach for the Rebels, Charlie Shepard. Shepard, the former Newmarket pitching coach. Here's the 1-1 coming up from Jason Long. Long hold. Here it is. That's in the dirt as Braylon digs it out.
I see what you did there with the long hold. I saw that.
I completely did not do that. I actually
that was so on purpose.
had an aunt ask to borrow a car a couple days ago, and I said, that's cool. And she said, oh, that's a pun. No, it wasn't meant to be because her air conditioning wasn't working. Here's the pitch. It's hit down to Slade at third base, checks the runner, throws over, and not dug out of the dirt as Michaels couldn't get it. Low throw from Slade, but one that could have been handled by Michaels. Didn't have to play the hop, and he could not bring it in. It'll be an E5 on Slade. And now runners at first and second with only one out. 2 runs already on the board for Newmarket. And again, the errors rear their ugly head for the Cannons.
And Slade coming in trying to get that double play positioning. You can see second base running in as well a little bit.
Pitch is off the plate to Dalton Turner, first baseman tonight. Turner did not play in last night's game. Saw that last time out. Cannons losing to a Strasburg team that really flipped their lineup completely over from the night before. That's low and outside. Count goes to 2-0. So teams in the Valley still kind of experimenting with lineups, trying to get guys playing time to see exactly what they have. Cannons have somewhat settled in on what they're looking to do this year. Here's the 2-0. That is swung on and missed for strike one.
We've settled in unless you count the injuries we've had or even some of the outfield change. You know, Lincoln Pack starting because he can hit, Jaquan starting tonight because he can hit. But RJ Furcall not playing is going to hurt us on both ends.
Here comes the 2-1. That's bounce. Could be trouble as Long lets it go. Throw to first base in time as Slade on the mark this time for the second out of the inning. But both runners move up one base.
RJ Furcall is going to be out around 2 to 3 weeks, I believe they said. He should be back by the time before the season is over, but it's just unfortunate because he has really started to come into his own on that second base, and he brought a lot to the team, a lot of energy.
That he did. Here's Connor Lang playing third base tonight. Here's the pitch. That'll be fouled off his foot, and Long up 0-1 in the counts, and if he can get this out, all things considered, would not be a bad inning as he keeps it somewhat manageable for a Cannons team that has all kinds of pop. Hitting a blast, get you right back into the game, but these 2 runs score. Going to be a bigger hill to climb as that breaking ball misses high.
Long averaging 222 on the season so far at bats, seen 27 at bats, 4 runs and 6 hits.
Lang awaits the pitch from Long. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be hit the second base plate on the hop by Kono over to first base in time. And the Cannons avoid the huge inning, but the 2 runs on the board on the Gaten Grandelli 2-run homer. We played half an inning. It's Newmarket 2, Cannons coming to the plate in the bottom of the first. Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Lowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball. And if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at purcellvillecannons.com. Loudoun County, get ready. Your Purcellville Cannons are hosting the annual Valley League All-Star Game at Fireman's Field. This year's contest is a two-day event with the Home Run Derby on Saturday night, followed by the Valley League All-Star Game on Sunday. Also on the docket, a cornhole tournament, a high school home run derby, and the Valley League Hall of Fame induction. It's the Valley League All-Star Game, June 29th and 30th at Fireman's Field. 2-0 Rebels lead with your lineups. Here's TJ.
The batting order for your Purcellville Cannons: right fielder Caleb Freeman, Shin Inouye, Bear Madalik, Jake Slade, Lincoln Pack to Jaquan Smith, Gavin Brayland after that, Jackson Michaels, and to round out the team, Ski Kono. Defensively, your Rebels will have Luke Holland at left field, Zach Walsh in center field, Chase Albus in right, Connor Lang at third, Kevin Hager at shortstop, Jordan Thurmond at second, Dalton Turner at first, Connor Riley at catcher, and the pitcher James Wilson.
Thank you much, TJ. And Wilson comes into this one. And they'll face a Cannons lineup looking to get the bats going again. Wilson headed to Jacksonville State, joining Bear Madliak, who's already there, but previously at Gulf Coast State, where he was a teammate of Michael Gupton. He's a 6'4", 210-pound sophomore righty out of Toronto, Canada. Here's the pitch to Freeman as he takes outside for ball one. Wilson's last outing came on the 13th against Woodstock. Took a no decision, 3 2/3 innings pitched, 4 runs, 3 hits, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. 1-0 pitch as Freeman waves at that one, makes the count 1-1. Wilson opened his Valley campaign, earning a win against the Cannons back on the 1st of June. Pitched 5 innings in that one as the starter. Allowed 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 walks while striking out 6. Here's the 1-1 as Caleb takes outside for ball 2.
James Wilson actually gave the Cannons their first loss of this season, that June 1st.
Here comes the 2-1. Here it is as Caleb takes high for a ball. On the campaign, Wilson so far this year pitching to a 5.65 ERA over 14 1/3 innings. 3 games, 3 starts for the righty. 3-1 pitch as Freeman takes up high for ball 4. Caleb Freeman with his team-leading walk, as Freeman has been a base on balls machine this year. That is his 17th walk of the campaign. And he's on first as the Cannons try to tie this one up as Shin Inouye comes to the plate. Inouye from the left-hand batter's box. Freeman gets a big lead and shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes strike 1.
Inouye batting .262 on the campaign so far this season for the Cannons.
Throw over and an awkward stumble back for Freeman, but back in safely. Freeman, not a state stolen base threat, as he has not attempted one this year. Here comes your 0-1 as that'll miss inside for ball 1.
Inouye actually leads the Cannons with runs batted in, as he does a lot of sacrifice play. He sacrificed fly balls, bunts. He's done it all for the team.
Throw over again, as that is back in safely for Freeman. Inouye, like you kind of mentioned, handles the bat well. Can do a lot of different things, and has come through in the clutch a few times for the Cannons. Here's the 1-1 as Freeman bluffs. That'll miss high for ball 2.
Like I said when I was talking to Inouye earlier, back to the basics. He's not going to swing on wild throws like that that are way too high and out of his strike zone.
Here comes the 2-1 as Inouye takes high for ball 3. And right now, Wilson on the verge of walking back-to-back batters to start the game. And that's the way to get yourself back into a contest, getting some help from the opposing pitcher. 3-1. Inouye takes high for ball 4, so those back-to-back walks as the Cannons trying to come back from an early 2-0 deficit. They have the first 2 men on via the base on ball, and here comes Bear Madliak. Madliak did not play last night as he's had a bit of in only 2 games, really kind of a tale of 2 games for Madliak. Came out like a house of fire against Front Royal, 3 for 5 with a double and 2 RBI in his Cannons re-debut, as that'll miss outside for a ball, as he, of course, was a 2022 Purcellville Cannon. Then his second game the next night against Strasburg, in that game that the Cannons lost in extras, he went 0 for 3, runs scored, but 2 strikeouts. Here's the hold by Wilson. Here's the 1-0. That will miss high for ball 2.
Just off the first inning so far we could see a lot of different pitchers tonight, it seems.
And it's very possible, as neither of these pitchers have been sharp early on. Long hold, and here comes the 2-0 as Madliak taken all the way for strike 1. Long put the first 3 batters on for Newmarket. And Wilson trying to avoid that right here. Madliak ready to go. 2-1. That's in for strike 2. On deck for the Cannons is Jake Slade, the third baseman. Of course, he walked off the Rebels earlier in the season with a home run. Wilson's 2-2. As Madliak takes outside, count goes full at 3-2 with nobody out. Rebels leading 2-0 here in the bottom of the first.
And Madliak, even at Jacksonville State, an absolute stud hitting. Averaged .337 this past season.
In a underrated college baseball league, runners go as Madliak pops it up, and coming over, it ends up in the dugout. Cannons catch a huge break as they had the hit and run on, and Madliak popped it up. Luckily got into the dugout. Could have been a double play. Instead, it'll be everybody back at another 3-2 count.
Madliak really lucky there. I mean, wow. That's a small gap there in the dugout, and he managed to hit that perfect.
Had to defend on the hit and run. Another payoff pitch. This time the runners stay, and again, Madliak fists it foul. This one ends up over the netting, and we'll do it again.
Madliak at Jacksonville State, 65 hits, 27 runs. The year before that, 66 hits, 43 runs. He just keeps staying consistent.
That he does. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Madliak hits it the other way. Could be trouble, but it will be caught in the gap by Albus, and both runners do not tag up, so they will not move along. Again, a short right center field here at Fireman's Field, and the Cannons both going halfway, so the fly ball doesn't move the runners around, and a big out for Wilson, and here comes Jake Slade. Madliak just couldn't seem to get good wood against Wilson. Let's see if Slade can get a good pitch to hit off the right-hander. Here's the delivery. That will catch the outside corner for a strike. Got lulled in by Riley catching what it looked like off the plate, but
great framing.
Andy Simons saying that must have caught it on the breaking ball, caught the plate, nipped it. Here's the 0-1. Slade will be hit by the pitch, and unlike Newmarket, who saw their first 3 reach. Cannons, 3 of their first 4 reach base. And now it's on Lincoln Pack. Try and tie this one up with a base hit.
Lincoln Pack just committed to a new college instead of going to West Virginia next year. I believe it is Penn. Ooh, it's not Penn State. It's Penn something. Let me find that out real quick.
So out of the windup, Wilson will work with the bases jammed with Cannons. Here's the pitch as Pack takes for ball 1. Pack previously at West Virginia. Did not see a lot of playing time this year, if at all. So looking for some new opportunities, as a few guys on the Cannons are in this new world of college athletics. 1-0 pitch. Pack takes outside corner for a strike. Freeman at third, Inouye is at second, and Slade at first base. 1 out, 2-0 lead for the Rebels. Here's the wind and the 1-1 as Pack has muscle up on it and fouls it away, and he's down in the count 1-2. A few different Little League All-Star teams here today. Saw some Dulles Little Leaguers, some Upper Loudon Little Leaguers as well. Good to see the kids out in between their tournaments. Here's the 1-2 as Pack takes on the outside corner for strike 3. As could not get the bat off his shoulder, and now it's on Jaquan Smith to try and bring something in and not waste this bases loaded opportunity. Smith bats from the left side out of Florida International. Here's the pitch, and Smith takes as that misses off the corner for ball 1.
Jaquan Smith, we talked about earlier this season, struggled at the plate, but eventually over these past week of the Cannons losing, he's been hitting so much better.
Going on strong, getting some time in the outfield. 1-0 pitch as Jaquan takes for strike 1. Smith comes in, hitting .333 over 9 games. Just 1 RBI. Would love to double that total right here. Base hit will do it. Wilson winds, and Smith will be hit by the pitch, so it is a painful RBI, but Jaquan brings in a run as Wilson hits him with the pitch. Second hit by pitch of the contest, and the Cannons have cut the Rebels' lead in half. It's now Newmarket 2, Purcellville 1.
As they're going to talk to James Wilson, I wonder if they're going to keep him in. I can't see over in the bullpen. I'm unfortunately blocked by the pillars, but coach out there talking. The whole infield actually went out to talk.
A little bit of stirring and maybe someone getting up now, but I think got to give him a little bit of time. And his appearances so far this year, TJ, he has gone relatively, at least for early season in the Valley, pretty deep. As
5
Wilson
innings twice, I believe, right?
Yeah, 5 innings, 5 2/3, and 3 2/3. So, again, important game for both these teams as they're close together in the standings, but with 1 out left to get in the inning, going to let the righty try to wiggle his way out of it. Gavin Braylon going to try to not let him do that as the incoming freshman at South Carolina steps into the box. Wilson winds and delivers and takes down the middle for strike 1.
And, you know, we didn't talk about this originally. This is a big game for both teams momentum-wise. The Cannons on a 4-game losing streak, been at home, not playing well. Let's see if they can turn it around.
Here's the 0-1. Braylon takes for strike 2.
And same with the Rebels. They've been, you know, hot and cold, but recently they've been a little bit colder than hot if you look at how they've been playing and what their standards are. So it's a big game for them to try to turn their season back around as well.
Wilson delivers the 0-2, and Braylon fouls it away to stay alive. On deck is Jackson Michaels, but right now it's all on the youngster Gavin Braylon. Cannons get 1 on the hit by pitch, but so many more out there with the bases loaded. Wilson trying to finish things off, keep a crooked letter off the scoreboard. Here's the 0-2 again as Braylon takes low for ball 1.
And Coach earlier, Coach Fuller was saying he needs hitting. And so I did ask him, Jackson Michaels hasn't been hitting as well as David Sorg. David Sorg struggled yesterday, both at the plate and at first. He wanted to get a new changeup in there.
Here's the 1-2 as Braylon takes high and away for ball 2. So the youngster with a good sense of the strike zone, not offering at a pair of pitches outside of it after taking 2. Looked like down the heart of the plate, ones he thought he couldn't handle. Wilson delivers the 2-2 as Braylon takes the breaking ball, and the Rebels did the 1-2-3 step as half their infield thought that was strike 3, including Wilson. Instead, called a ball, so the count is full. 2 outs. Runners will be off on the pitch. In away, Slade and Smith. Here it is, and that's fouled away. So Braylon stays alive in a pressure-packed at-bat early in this game. So we'll do it all again. As Braylon back in, Wilson on the hill. 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Here it is. And Braylon takes strike 3 as the Cannons leave the bases loaded. They do get 1 after 1 complete. It's the Rebels 2, Cannons 1.
League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Lowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball, and if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at purcellvillecannons.com.
Loudoun County, get ready. Your Purcellville Cannons are hosting the annual Valley League All-Star Game at Fireman's Field. This year's contest is a 2-day event with the Home Run Derby on Saturday night, followed by the Valley League All-Star Game on Sunday. Also on the docket, a cornhole tournament, a high school home run derby, and the Valley League Hall of Fame induction. It's the Valley League All-Star Game June 29th and 30th at Fireman's Field. 2-1 lead for Newmarket here as we start the top of the second inning. It'll be Thurman, Hager, and Walsh. 8, 9, and 1 for Newmarket. Elsewhere in the Valley tonight in the north, top of the second, Winchester and Front Royal are scoreless. Your other north game, also that one in the bottom of the second, Strasburg trying to continue their 5-game winning streak. They lead Woodstock 1-0. Thurman steps in, long delivers. That will miss outside for a ball. Thurman out of West Virginia Tech, a senior. Here's the 1-0. That will miss high for ball 2. Long delivers. That will miss outside. And now a 3-0 counts to Jordan Thurman, who comes in hitting .250 in 5 games. He does not have an extra base hit. Does have an RBI. 3-0 and a 4-pitch walk to the number 8 hitter, as Long will give up the free pass.
I am a little surprised Long started this inning. The Cannons have been very quick to get people off the mound, and I'm surprised that we did not today. We're seeming to keep Long in when other pitchers we've seen have worse innings and get out in less than an inning.
Here comes Kevin Hager, the number 9 hitter, the shortstop. Here's the pitch. That'll be hit down to third base off the glove of Slade as he does not knock it into the dugout, luckily. Tough play on the backhand, but 2 runners on will be a hit. So Hager on base via the single. And again, second straight inning, Newmarket has put on their first 2 batters on base.
Zach Walsh back up to bat got a first base off of a deep ball into right field.
Here comes the pitch, and that will be low for ball one. Yeah, Walsh with that single would score on the Grandelli 2-run homer. Grandelli, the number 2 batter for Newmarket. Here comes the 1-0. Shows bunt, pulls it back, misses low. And now the count to 2-0. And we will have a meeting at the mound as Matt Copley will head on out, try and settle down his starter. Do have been warming up in the pen as Purcellville kind of looking like that Long just doesn't really have it today, but again, things can change around quickly. Double play ball gets him out of it. Well, it doesn't get him out of it, but makes it a lot easier to get out of. But tough right now. There's a walk and then a tough defensive play, but one that could have been made. So conference at the Hill over. Matt Copley has said what he wanted to say to the Cannons defense. 2-0 count. Would have to think that Walsh will likely wait until he gets a strike before doing anything. Did show that bunt. Here's the 2-0, and he will take that strike. So count goes to 2-1. Walsh out of UNC Greensboro takes high for a ball. Count goes to 3-1 from Springbrook, Pennsylvania, North Pocono High School. It's very close, I'm sure, to the Pocono racetrack.
Do you know any famous players from the North Poconos?
I do not.
Oh, can't believe it. I think I finally stumped you.
3-1. That's it, and in for a base hit. As Pat coming on, runner will be held at third base as Newmarket playing it conservative with nobody out. But again, the bases loaded as Jason Long gives up his 4th hit of the game. And nobody out. And here comes Gaten Grandelli, who started the scoring in this one with a 2-run homer. Cannon's going to hope that doesn't happen here, because if it does, it is going to be a long way back. Already down 2-1. Here's the pitch, and Grandelli out into right field. It's in for a base hit. 1 run is in, quickly in by Freeman, and that will keep runners at every base, but in from third is Thurman. The RBI single for Grandelli. He's got 2 hits and 3 batted in, and Matt Copley headed out. It looks like we're going to see a new pitcher as Long does not retire anyone here in the 2nd inning. Rebels up 3-1 on the Cannons here in the top of the 2nd. We pause. We'll tell you the new pitcher after this.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Lowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball, and if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at purcellvillecannons.com.
Loudoun County, get ready. Your Purcellville Cannons are hosting the annual Valley League All-Star Game at Fireman's Field. This year's contest is a 2-day event with the Home Run Derby on Saturday night, followed by the Valley League All-Star Game on Sunday. Also on the docket, a cornhole tournament, a high school home run derby, and the Valley League Hall of Fame induction. It's the Valley League All-Star Game June 29th and 30th at Fireman's Field. Aiden Adams out of the pen for the Cannons, the 6', 200-pound lefty out of San Jacinto North College. Adams' last action came back on the 7th of June against these Newmarket Rebels. It did not go well, as over an inning and 2/3, he allowed 4 runs, 3 of those earned, 5 hits, walked 2 on the campaign. Adams this year in his 3 appearances pitching to a 6.75 ERA. He's allowed 10 hits, again 4 runs, 3 earned. So all those runs coming in that matchup last time out against the Rebels. Again, we talked about Adams from Bryant, Arkansas, San Jacinto North, and previously at Tarleton State. A Purcellville Cannon in 2023. Adams back for year number 2, and right now he steps into the cauldron as Luke Holland comes to the plate. Bases loaded for Newmarket. Nobody out. Cannons have the corners in. Double play depth. Adams delivers, and that is in there for strike 1.
Luke Holland hit by pitch last time, got all the way to third base, but couldn't get in.
Right now, a second hit by pitch would bring in another run, but Holland's got to be thinking bigger than that, as that's in the dirt, but a good block by Braylon as the count goes to 1-1.
Raffle tickets being sold out there is Corey Costello and our intern Cameron.
Aiden Adams looks in. Last year made 4 appearances for the Cannons. 1-1. And that's foul tipped into the mid of Braylon. And Adams up 1-2, where he would love a strikeout right here. Set up a double play ball to possibly get themselves out of the inning. Holland looking to punch one through. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's off the plate. Count goes to 2-2. Aiden wanted that pitch, did not get it. Aiden comes set. 2-2. That's fouled away. Hot day in Purcellville earlier today, but I think with the sun going down a little bit, looks like it's cooled off some.
Some, not a lot. Still hot out there for these guys.
Yeah, it's tough for us to tell. We're in the booth, so we're pretty much
I got air
comfortable.
conditioning up to my left. It's nice.
You are. It's nice. It is good. Keeps you nice and cool. 2-2. That's ripped foul. Almost takes a head off in the Newmarket dugout. Ended up hitting the top lip of the roof, if you heard a clang out there. So Adams trying to finish off Holland. Albus on deck. 2-2 again. That's hit down the line. Again, foul. So Holland staying alive and almost had himself at least a 2-run double there. Lincoln Pack will head back over after picking up that ball.
Holland not afraid to swing here. 0 outs. I mean, green light 100%, but swinging at anything that seems to be going towards him.
2-2 again. And swung on and missed as Braylon digs out of the dirt. First base occupied him if he didn't catch it cleanly. So a big strikeout for Aiden Adams. The first out here in the top of the second inning.
First strikeout for the Cannons.
Here's Chase Albus. Albus hit a hot shot up the middle last time up, as that will miss outside. As he hit one off Jason Long, was ticketed for center field, but luckily got Long and appeared to be a meaty part of his body, as he did not seem to be much worse for wear. 1-0 pitch, that's fouled back. Able to knock it down and keep his wits and shovel it over to Michaels at first base. Cannons had an error back in the first inning. Did not actually harm them. Here's your 1-1. Breaking ball misses high. Count goes 2-1.
Slade actually with that error on he tried to play it on the hop instead of just a basic throw. Routine throw to first, and he tried to play it a little bit more on the hop.
2-1. That'll miss high, and Adams now with a 3-1 count. with the bases loaded. So one more ball means another run for Newmarket. Riley on deck. 3-1. That's foul tipped straight back off the mid of Braylon, and Adams gets it back to 3-2. Huge pitch coming up here. As Adams trying to get another out here. Avoid walking in a run. Mustachioed Adams looks in. He'll come set and deliver that 3-2. And he will miss outside, appeal down to third base. And, of course, the third base umpire, Paul Wills, is in that second base position in the three-umpire crew, and he says no swing. So Albus works the walk, gets an RBI, as coming in from third is Kevin Hager. And now a 4-1 lead for Newmarket. Here in the top of the second inning, bases still loaded, as that's on the outside corner to Connor Riley.
It is the problem with the three-man crew is that he's inside. He has no idea if that was really a ball or a strike.
0-1. Yeah, that's low. Yeah, really tough. Can't tell that angle there. That's why base umpires down the line have that good view of whether a guy went around or not on the check swing. 1-1 count. Here it is. That is in there for a strike as Riley checked the swing. Did not matter. So Aiden Adams looking for a big second out here. Again, bases loaded for the Rebels. They're trying to break this one wide open. Here's the 1-2. That will miss high. Count evens up at 2-2. The Cannons do not want to get down big early. Kind of circled this game. It's one they really would love to have. Snap this losing streak. 2-2 pitch. That misses high as Adams not happy with the call. But he's one pitch away from walking in another run. Let's see if Riley's on it. 3-2. That's popped up as Pack will now come in. Inouye out and caught by Inouye as Pack got a late break and was almost to the infield. Inouye luckily held his ground, able to make the catch as it looked like we might have a collision. Instead, just a harmless pop out. And 2 outs here with the Rebels still with the bases loaded.
And that's where communication is key, and we've talked about this with the Cannons this whole season. There's been so many miscommunications on plays just like that, and there it looked like there could have been, but luckily at the end everyone was okay. There was no collision, and we got the out.
Here's Dalton Turner, breaking ball on the outside corner for strike 1. Turner grounded out to third base for the second out of the first inning. 0-1. That's hit out to shortstop, and Inouye makes the snag, throws over in time for out number 3. But the Rebels put 2 more on the board. They lead 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the second inning.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Lowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball, and if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at purcellvillecannons.com.
Loudoun County, get ready. Your Purcellville Cannons are hosting the annual Valley League All-Star Game at Fireman's Field. This year's contest is a two-day event with the Home Run Derby on Saturday night, followed by the Valley League All-Star Game on Sunday. Also on the docket, a cornhole tournament, a high school home run derby, and the Valley League Hall of Fame induction. It's the Valley League All-Star Game June 29th and 30th at Fireman's Field. Michaels, Kono, and Freeman, 8-9-1 for the Cannons here in the bottom of the second inning, trailing 4-1 against Newmarket. Here's Wilson's pitch as Michaels takes for strike one. Cannons loaded the bases, but only able to bring in one run. That on the RBI hit by pitch by Jaquan Smith. 0-1. Michaels takes inside. Was the second hit by pitch of the inning, as Wilson also hit Jake Slade. That hit by pitch to Slade loaded the bases. Here's the 1-1. As that's bounced to the pitcher, Wilson grabs it and shovels over to first base in time for the out. One down here in the bottom of the second.
Your second baseman, number 2, Mitsuki
But
Kono.
back to the first inning as Ski Kono comes to the plate, as Lincoln Pack would strike out looking for the second out of the inning. Smith would be hit by a pitch to bring in the run, and then Braylon would strike out looking for the third out of the inning. That's on the outside corner for a strike. Counted 0-1. Here's Wilson's 0-1. That's hit down to first base. Fielded, shovel over to the covering Wilson for out number 2.
Every Cannons fan had the same reaction right there. That, dang. Thought we could have, I thought it was going to be good. It sounded good off the bat, and it just was a grounder straight to first. Routine play.
That it was, and here comes Caleb Freeman. Freeman walked and scored the only run of the game for the Cannons in the first. Here's the pitch, and Caleb takes low and inside for a ball. Freeman, one of the many Cannons in the transfer portal, as you see all over college baseball right now, was at Auburn last year. I believe St. John's River State before that. 1-0 as Caleb takes outside for ball 2. He has been a choosy batter this year. That is Cannons' leading 17th walk of the season earlier in the contest. 2-0. Freeman takes for strike one.
I feel like we say it every time, but the most important thing for pitchers here is getting it over the plate in the summer league. And Freeman knows if it's not over the plate, he's not swinging. He's an experienced batter at Auburn. He's an experienced batter in general. He knows when to swing.
Here's the 2-1. Caleb takes. That's low for a ball.
He's not one to chase. He's one to wait for the right pitch, and that's something that I can really admire as someone sitting up here looking down at the game.
3-1 as Freeman takes, and that is his second walk of the game, 18th of the season. The Cannons inning continues as it'll bring Shin Inouye up to the plate. Freeman came into the night one back of Ethan Gibson of Charlottesville for most walks on the season. Gibson with 17, but 2 tonight for Caleb as that'll miss outside for a ball. Inouye also walked in the first inning. He was stranded at third base. Wilson with the 1-0 as Shin almost hit. Shin got some chin music right there as he's now up to the count 2-0. Inouye, one of the Cannons Japan contingent, headed to Kansas State next year. Should say later this year. Next season, I guess, better way to say it. Wilson again throws over to first base. No tag applied by Turner.
And I know Ski is also out on the market right now, waiting for lots of teams have had offers. He hasn't committed anywhere yet. R.J. Watanabe, the pitcher for the Cannons, actually helps decide all of this.
2-0. That will be on the inside corner as Inouye, a disapproving eye back to Andy Simons behind home plate.
But like I was saying, Watanabe really helps a lot of these guys with these communicating with coaches, and it's something that they've struggled with, and they just always thank RJ. He also runs all of their social medias as they do not like it.
Yeah, I saw RJ always out there with that camera, trying to get some of the best clips. 2-1. That's rocked out to right field. It will not stay in the ballpark as Shin Inouye goes deep and gets the Cannons closer. A 2-run bomb for Inouye. He'll make it Rebels 4, Purcellville 3.
An absolute bomb from Inouye. The second it was off the bat, you saw Freeman just started walking. The outfield didn't even go towards it. And that is actually his first home run this season. Clutch moment for Shin Inouye.
Gets the Cannons right back into it, and you have to know that Shin's been eyeing that short porch in right field.
Yes, he has.
And this time gets one he can handle to take it out of here. And here comes Bear Madliak with the Cannons down by 1 as Bear takes high for a ball.
Not just Cannons down by 1. Shin Inouye did that with 2 outs already on the board as well and a man on first.
Here comes the 1-0 pitch as Madliak takes outside for ball 2. These pitchers look like they have their best stuff tonight. Cannons already into their bullpen. Wilson delivers the 2-0. That will miss outside. Long got through the first, allowed 2 runs there on the 2-run homer by Grandelli. Then did not retire a batter in the top of the second. 3-0, as that's on the inside corner to Madliak for strike 1. Bear at Jacksonville State, formerly at the University of Georgia. 3-1. And he'll rope this one out into left field for a base hit as Madliak keeps the inning going. All this action coming with 2 outs for the Cannons. The third straight man to reach, and here comes Jake Slade.
Your third baseman, number 43, Jake Slade.
Bear Madliak also in the transfer portal looking to change up his new college, as they just brought in a new catcher into Jacksonville State University.
Here's the pitch. Breaking ball will hit Slade the second time he's been hit tonight. As you see Andy Simons walk out, just making sure Slade did not have any thoughts about confronting the pitcher. After that hit by pitch, second time Jake's been plunked tonight. And here's Lincoln Pack with a chance to tie this one up. Bear Madliak at second base. Slade is at first. Again, 2 outs. Pack had a chance with the bases loaded in the first inning, struck out looking. Let's see if he can atone for that here. Wilson comes set and delivers. That'll miss high for ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. Here it is. That'll miss way outside. Count goes 2-0. Do have some movement in the Newmarket bullpen. Here's the 2-0. That is on the outside corner for a strike. Newmarket up 4-3. Both teams with 2 runs here in the second inning. Wilson delivers the 2-1. That misses way outside. Nice pick by Riley to keep that one from the backstop, and both Cannon runners getting into scoring position. Madliak at second. Slade is at first. 3-1 count with 2 outs to Lincoln Pack. Wilson delivers, and that'll be bounced out to shortstop. Played on the hop and shoveled over. Hager to Thurman to finish off the inning. Cannons strand 2, but they get 2 on the 2-run homer from Shin Inouye. We played 2 here at Fireman's Field. It's Rebels 4, Cannons 3.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Lowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball, and if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at purcellvillecannons.com.
Loudoun County, get ready. Your Purcellville Cannons are hosting the annual Valley League All-Star Game at Fireman's Field. This year's contest is a 2-day event with the Home Run Derby on Saturday night, followed by the Valley League All-Star Game on Sunday. Also on the docket, a cornhole tournament, a high school home run derby, and the Valley League Hall of Fame induction. It's the Valley League All-Star Game June 29th and 30th at Fireman's Field. Aiden Adams remains on the hill, but a new play-by-play man for the next 2. Here's TJ.
Up first batting, the slated batters, Connor Lang, Jordan Thurman, and Kevin Hager for the Rebels. Connor Lang's last at-bat was an out as he hit it over to the second baseman, threw it over to first as the first pitch is thrown, and it is a ball number 1 for Aiden Adams. Next pitch way up high, ball number 2. Aiden Adams behind in the count, 2-0. Here's the pitch. Swung, it's a foul ball way outside. Just past the fans. There we go. 2-1 count.
Serving Loudoun County since 1986.
As here's the pitch, swung and it's missed, 2-2 count. Also, folks, as we know, you are more than welcome to use the chat anytime you need me and Jeremy. Have the stream open as well. If you have any questions, if you can't see something, if the camera goes off, we'd love for y'all to let us know. As 2-2's the count, here's the pitch way outside, full count. Connor Lang, the third baseman for Newmarket. There's the pitch, and it walks Connor Lang. As Jordan Thurman steps up to the plate. Also walked his last at-bat, got all the way home off of a walk by Chase Albus as the first pitch is thrown, and it is a ball number 1. And Aiden Adams lining up. Here's the pitch, swung, foul ball behind. Thurman batting .250 on the campaign, 5 games played, 16 at-bats, 4 hits and 1 run. As the 1-1 is the count, here's the pitch, bunt shown and it's hit. Aiden Adams scoops it up, throws it over to first for an easy out as the man on first, Connor Lang, gets to second, and Jordan Thurman is out at first. A man now in scoring position for the Rebels, but there is an out. Number 8, Kevin Hager steps up to the plate, his last at-bat. Kevin Hager's last at-bat. It wasn't a walk. I didn't have where he hit.
Had a single.
Single, all right. He had a single. I didn't see if it was a walk or a hit. I didn't see. As the first pitch is thrown to him, and it is a strike on the outside corner. Aiden Adams checking his runners. Here's the pitch. Swung. It's a crack of the bat, and it looks like it's a fly ball straight over to Ski Kono, who makes a great little catch there. Nothing too crazy, but a nice little slide onto the knees to get there, as that's the second out of this inning.
Yeah, broken bat, sinking liner, and Kono had to go a little ways to get to it, be able to catch it cleanly for the second out.
And that's just who Kono, the kind of player Kono is. He's someone who's not afraid to put his body on the line and scuff up his knees or anything. We've seen him do a couple of impressive dives to get some balls. As Zach Walsh steps up to the plate, 2 for 2 so far today, as here's the pitch, and it is ball number 1. His first at-bat was a deep ball into right field, his second into left field. Got a single on both. He was also stranded on third last as the ball is thrown back to keep Connor Lang at second. Called safe, try to pick him off.
It looked like that one might have been called from Braylon, the way that Ski kind of broke for that bag. All timed up pretty well.
1-0 is the count. Here's the pitch. Swung, it's a foul ball. Zach Walsh last stranded at third, almost tried to make a run back in until Dalton Turner got out at first with a great play a routine play from Shin. As here's the pitch, swung, and it's another foul ball, makes the count 1-2.
Big here for TJ. If Adams can get out of this here, maybe get another inning out of him after you're losing your starter and one in the first inning. You'd love to see your relief arms maybe get a little longer than they normally would today.
It would be huge, although Aiden Adams is technically a reliever, and here's the pitch, swung, and it's missed. It's a strikeout for the Cannons. Zach Walsh swinging. We will be right back after this short break.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Lowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball, and if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at purcellvillecannons.com. Loudoun County, get ready. Your Purcellville Cannons are hosting the annual Valley League All-Star Game at Fireman's Field. This year's contest is a 2-day event with the Home Run Derby on Saturday night, followed by the Valley League All-Star Game on Sunday. Also on the docket, a cornhole tournament, a high school home run derby, and the Valley League Hall of Fame induction. It's the Valley League All-Star Game June 29th and 30th at Fireman's Field.
Welcome back to Fireman's Field, home of the Purcellville Cannons, where your Cannons currently trail 4-3 as we head to the bottom of the third. New pitcher for the Rebels here, Gabriel Watts, so far this season has pitched six innings or so with 1 win, 1 loss, 4.26 ERA, 4 games played. So far has had a decent little run so far. He has played the Cannons on their win for 1 inning and allowed 1 earned run, 2 hits.
Watts out of St. Bonaventure, which it's not fun to play baseball up there. You know, I've talked to some coaches from that neck of the woods, TJ, and it's like, yeah, we're lucky if we can get on the field by April. You know, a lot of turf fields they're looking to find with rain and wet and everything, snow up there still.
Absolutely, and your slated batters here will be Jaquan Smith, Gavin Braylon, and Jackson Michaels. Up in St. Bonavard right now has this past season had an ERA of 13 with 15 appearances and 5 losses, no wins. Started 5 games, so he's not always a reliever, but he's coming in today here as a reliever. As here is the first pitch, the left-handed shows bunt, and it is. Jaquan keeps it in safe, and he gets all the way to first.
It's going to be a foul ball as that one rolled foul.
Did it?
Yeah, it ended up, TJ, where that line kind of curves down a little bit, veers away, and it was hanging, and at the last second it went, and Lang at third base smartly waited because he knew he had no chance with Jaquan's speed to get him, so he let it go, and it was a foul ball.
Smart play there for them, for sure. Great play there by Lang, and a great bunt by Jaquan, you know, someone who's worked on that a lot. Let's see what he says here with the 0-1 count. Here's the pitch, and he swings, and it's tipped off the bat.
Honestly, TJ, it's good. I know Brett Fuller has talked to some of his speedier guys. Hey, guys, bunts there, bunts there. Go ahead and take advantage of it if the guy's back. It'll really help boost that batting average. And, you know, you see a lot of colleges kind of, they're into the bunt. You know, it's when it's given to you, it's different than kind of giving it away on a sacrifice. A lot of teams play back, can't field it. It's tough. They can't make that play. Take the base.
Absolutely, as Gabe Watts also stands at 6'4", left-handed pitcher out of Pennsylvania. And here's the next pitch, swung. It's a ground ball to first base, but it bounces up right before he can get there. Jaquan Smith going for 2 as it's thrown all the way over from Chase Albus, dives into second base, and he is safe with a perfect bounce off of first base.
Tell you what, is that thing, I don't know if that hit the base, TJ. I think that might have hit the lip of the grass there, but it was a tough play as Turner couldn't do anything. He thought he had an easy play, almost took his head off. And then, again, we credited Jaquan with the good bunt. How about that hustle? He never hesitated. That's why he ended up at second base.
I mean, and that's what we've said. Michael Gupton and him are the 2 fastest guys on the team by far, and Jaquan Smith shows it off there with just absolutely busting his hump to get to second. As Gavin Braylon steps up to bat, his last bat was a strikeout looking, but there's currently no outs. Let's see what he can do here. Shows bunt and lets it down as Jaquan's going to get to third, but they're trying to pick off Jaquan, but he's safe at first, and it gives Gavin Braylon a base to first, as now we have runners in each corner.
Tell you what, that's maybe not knowing your scouting report, as the pitcher thought he could make the play, but with his speed, that was going to be a tough play to make. And obviously, Jaquan ran through and gets there, and now he's in trouble on the hill as Michael's at the plate, TJ.
Michael's last at-bat was an out. The pitcher got it and got the out at first, but here's the pitch, and he shows bunt, and he does bunt as Jaquan's going to stay at second or at third, but he's going to get Michael's out at first, giving Braylon to second, getting 2 runners in scoring positions at least.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I think that's got to be a missed sign somewhere, because if you're going to do that, you're going to have a safety squeeze on, and Smith was hanging on the bag. So a little miscommunication. You like to talk about it, TJ. I think that was a team-wide miscommunication there.
As Ski Kono steps up to the plate, Freeman behind him warming up, as here's the first pitch. Shows bunt again, and it's a foul ball. I'm unsure at why we are bunting every hit here. I guess we're trying to get the bases loaded potentially, but I'd rather get Jaquan home. I
think it's got to be someone's missing signs, because as fast as Smith is, he's not far enough down, even if that bunt gets down to score on a safety squeeze.
Absolutely.
Unless they're thinking left-handed pitcher.
Must be, as here's the pitch. Swung and cracks his bat. Looks like might have broken the bat as he throws it on the ground about halfway to first. Gets him out at first. Ski Kono very unhappy with how that one went. Threw his bat pretty hard on the ground. About halfway, as Caleb Freeman now steps up to the plate a man on first or third and second with 2 outs. If Freeman can pull something together here, Gabriel Watt is looking like he might piece together some kind of inning here. It started off so strong for the Cannons, but 2 straight outs. Michaels and Skias. Here's the pitch. Freeman gets another ball. I mean, this guy gets walked the most on this team so far. So far has swung once this entire game. Otherwise just being thrown balls and walking. As here's the second pitch, swing of the bat, and it's looking like it's a deep ball into that's an absolute beautiful hit, as it's a double for Freeman, brings 2 runners home, as it's a deep ball into center field, as Zach Walsh just could not get there. And I was just talking about his patience into the out as his swinging, as he gets a double there, brings 2 guys home for an RBI double.
TJ, you mentioned momentum. That was huge for the Cannons. Looked like it was going to be a disaster of an inning after a great start. Freeman picks everybody up with a 2-run double and gives the Cannons the lead.
And that's kind of why we were talking earlier about now that RJ Furcall isn't here. He's batting leadoff, and it's a different kind of position. That's why he bats leadoff, is because he gets on base as Shin Inoue steps up to the plate. His last at-bat was a home run, as he's seen the first pitch, strike 1. Shin Inoue before that was walked in the first inning, stranded at third. So far has batted every single inning. His home run into deep right field last inning, as Gabriel Watts delivers strike 2. Inoue gives a little head nod saying, all right, that's going to be a strike. That's a big strike zone for him tonight. He wants to know what it's going to be like. As Gabriel Watts, 0-2 count, Inoue behind. Delivers, Inoue hits it. Freeman runs to third, but it's a little miscommunication, it seems, between Kevin Hager and Connor Lang, as Shin Inoue somehow gets to first there.
Well, you know, it's always third baseman go get it, and Lang just came up short. Hager luckily backing up. If not, that would have been another run on the board, and good job by third base coach Ridge Fuller to give Braylon the hold, as Hager was coming. If he took the wide turn, he was going to try and tag him out and end the inning.
Absolutely. Now Shin Inoue at first and Caleb Freeman at third, with Bear Madalik at the bat. Swings, and it's a foul ball.
Yeah, Madliak looking for a big spot here to keep this inning going. Cannon's already with the lead, trying to add on.
Absolutely. 2 outs right now. Madliak, 0-1 count. His last at-bat was a deep hit into left field. Got him a single and stranded at second, as Watts delivers way inside. Here's the pitch. Madliak swings. It's looking like it's a foul ball. And deep into the trees is a foul ball. 1-2 count now here for the Cannons. 2 outs. Madliak looking to piece something together with a man on first and third.
TJ Atkins in the house tonight. TWA Electric for all your residential and small commercial needs.
1-2. Here's the deliver, as Shin Inoue starts to steal second. It's a deep ball into right field, and it's a foul ball. It's a fly ball for Chase Albus to clean up, and that will lead us to the end of the third inning. The Cannons 5, Rebels 4. Cannons take the lead. We will be right back to start to the top of the 4th inning.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Lowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball. And if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at purcellvillecannons.com. Loudoun County, get ready. Your Purcellville Cannons are hosting the annual Valley League All-Star Game at Fireman's Field. This year's contest is a two-day event with the Home Run Derby on Saturday night, followed by the Valley League All-Star Game on Sunday. Also on the docket, a cornhole tournament, a high school home run derby, and the Valley League Hall of Fame induction. It's the Valley League All-Star Game June 29th and 30th at Fireman's Field.
Welcome back to Fireman's Field, home of your Purcellville Cannons, where we currently lead the Rebels 5-4. Aiden Adams still at the mound. The slated batters for this fourth inning are Grayton Grandelli, Luke Holland, and Chase Albus, as the first pitch for Aiden Adams way low and in the dirt before it even reached home plate, ball number 1. Here's the next pitch, and it's a hit as Ski Kono tried to get there for the second baseman. Unfortunately unable. That's an RBI. Not RBI. That is a run there. Base hit. Jeez. Caleb Freeman cleans it up in the outfield.
Gaten Grandelli's having himself a heck of a game. We may not be, but he is. He's got 3 hits so far today.
Been here all day. I apologize, folks. As Luke Holland steps into the plate as he gets a first hit, deep into center field. Jaquan Smith easily cleans it up. Keeps Grandelli at first.
You called it easy, and he made it look easy, but it was that speed that he has. No, I mean, it was an easy play, TJ, but that speed, it's tough unless you're here to watch it just to see how quick he got a jump on that and got there with the speed.
And that's why him and Michael Gupton really are the only center fielders that are playing out there, is because they have that speed in that deep field. As here's the first pitch, shows bunt, ball 1. Chase Albus stepping up to bat. First at bat was he hit the pitcher and got out at first. Next one was a walk with an RBI. And the second. And here's the next pitch. Swings and he misses. One count. 1 out here. Here's the pitch. Down into the dirt as it looks like Grandelli's going to get to second.
He blocked it, but unfortunately Braylon couldn't find it, and that allowed Gaten Grandelli to make his way down to second base.